Have you ever been told to do something by someone who can't even do it themselves? It's a bit frustrating, right? Well, there's a classic old story that captures this feeling perfectly, and it's all about a couple of crabs. Picture this: a beautiful day at the beach, waves gently lapping the shore. A little young crab is scuttling along the sand, doing his thing, but his mother is watching him with a very critical eye. "Son," she says, her voice full of disapproval, "why on earth do you walk sideways like that? It looks so clumsy. You should always walk straight forward, with your toes turned out. That's the proper way to walk." The little crab, being a good and obedient son, stops and looks up at his mother. He's a bit confused. He's always walked this way, and it feels natural to him. But he wants to please his mother, so he says, "Okay, Mom, show me how. If you show me how to walk straight, I promise I'll learn. I really want to do it right." Now, this is where it gets interesting. The mother crab puffs out her chest, full of confidence. "Of course, dear. Watch me closely." It's simple. She takes a deep breath, concentrates really hard, and tries to take a step straight forward. But her legs just won't cooperate. They tangle up, they wobble, and she just keeps moving sideways, exactly like her son. She tries again, determined to prove her point. "You see," she starts to say, "you just need to..." She focuses on turning her toes out just as she'd instructed. But the moment she tries to force her feet into this unnatural position while moving forward, she loses her balance completely. Whoops! She trips over her own claws and tumbles right onto her nose, landing with a soft thud in the wet sand. The little crab rushes over, concerned. "Mom, are you okay?" he asks. The mother crab, a little embarrassed and with sand on her face, slowly picks herself up. She looks at her son, then at her own legs, and realizes her mistake. She had been so quick to criticize him for something that she herself couldn't do. She was asking him to do the impossible, at least for a crab. This simple little story carries a really powerful message, one that we can all learn from. Do and tell others how they should act, unless you can set a good example yourself. It's so easy to point out what we think are flaws in other people. We see someone doing something differently, and our first instinct might be to correct them, to tell them the right way. But how often do we stop and ask ourselves if we can actually live up to the standards we're setting for others? Think about it in our own lives. Maybe it's a boss who tells their team to be more organized but has the messiest desk in the office. Or a friend who gives you relationship advice but can't seem to maintain a healthy relationship themselves. Or even us, when we tell our kids or younger siblings to be more patient while we losing our temper in traffic. The story of the crabs teaches us about hypocrisy, but it also teaches us about empathy and humility. Before we rush to judge or instruct, we should first look inward. Can we walk the walk, or are we just talking the talk? Leading by example is always more powerful than just giving orders. When people see you successfully doing what you're preaching, they're far more likely to listen and be inspired to follow. The mother crab learned her lesson that day on the beach. She couldn't walk straight, and that was okay. That's just how crabs are built. By trying and failing, she understood her son better. She realized her advice wasn't just unhelpful, it was unfair. So, the next time you feel the urge to correct someone, take a moment. Pause and think like the mother crab after her fall. Ask yourself, is this a standard I hold myself to? Can I actually show them how it's done? If the answer is no, then maybe the best thing to do is to offer support and understanding instead of criticism. After all, we're all just trying to scuttle through life the best way we know how. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this little story and its lesson, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.